The closing arguments are coming up in the E. Jean Carroll civil trial, right? They should start Monday. The defense has yet to offer a witness. They don't really have to, but Trump's video deposition was released today, and the public got to see what the jurors witnessed in court. Here's a taste.
She's accusing me of rape. A woman that I have no idea who she is. It came out of the blue. She's accusing me of rape, of raping her. The worst thing you can do, the worst charge. And you know it's not true too. You're a political operative also. You're a disgrace. But she's accusing me, and so are you, of rape, and it never took place. And I will tell you, I made that statement, and I said, well, it's politically incorrect. She's not my type. And that's 100% true. She's not my type.
Now, as the defense counsel...
That's one of the reasons he may be coming back, because I assume Dusty, as great as she is, has probably got the pictures of...
Yeah, we'll go to that next.
Okay.
But why
when
does that
you see
mean...
that, you'll see that that's...
But why? Because there's one presumption of, all right, good. Then they heard how he feels about it. He doesn't need to be there.
Let me tell you why. If you're trying a case and you're being accused of rape, and it's a high-profile case, and it's civil, and you're dragging jurors in there to fight over other people's money, and you're not bothering to be in that courtroom, there's a juror sitting there saying, I got to leave my job. I'm making whatever it is, a couple of bucks a day. I've got to decide this case. He can't even be bothered to come into the courtroom. That's not a good look. Plus, he's right. The judge has got very little patience for Joe, and who is defending him, and somebody has talked to him and said, you better get back there. I'm not so sure he doesn't testify. I mean,
really?
Yeah, I'm not so sure. One of the reasons the judge told him, and Tacopino said, frankly, hey, you know what I'm dealing with here. The judge said, you've got till 5 o'clock Sunday. You can tell me up until then, because he went and made the statement, he being Trump, saying, hey, I'm going to go back there. She's saying these things about me. It's not true. I'm going to confront her.
He said, I'm going to confront her. Now, let me just give you a little bit more food here, because this is also why he may want to take this stand. It's not just not being there, which is, Mark's right about that. But watch this clip that they saw on what is the main point that Trump makes, which is, you should believe me, because I would never want to rape this woman.
I don't even know who the woman. Let's see. I don't know who. It's Marla.
You say Marla's in this photo?
That's Marla. Yeah, that's my wife.
Which woman are you pointing to?
No.
Here.
Carroll.
Oh, is that?
The person you just pointed to was
I
E. Jean
see.
Carroll.
Who is that? Who is this?
Point, your wife.
And the woman on the right is your then wife,
I don't know.
Ivana?
This was the picture.
Ivana.
I assume that's John Johnson. Is that?
That's Carroll.
Because it's very blurry.
It's not a blurry photo, but he points to the woman he says was not my type and not attractive.
Take a look at this photo, because he's identifying the person between him and John Johnson. That's E. Jean Carroll. He's identifying her as Marla Maples.
Right, which by
the way, I want to know what he was under the influence of, because he should have figured out that he didn't have his first wife sitting there with Marla.
Trump said what he said. The woman is not his type.
Oh,
the woman, he said it wasn't his type.
If Dusty's here,
he said
put a picture of
E.
Jean Carroll next to Marla Maples, next to his
I don't
current
think
wife.
Trump should show up. He don't got time for this foolery. This man got an election to win. He got better things to do.
The last thing he needs is, I'm going to tell you, the last thing he needs is to
He can't entertain all these women who keep coming forward with these lies.
Well,
he touched me 39 years ago. He touched me 40 years ago. Why you just now saying something about it?
That's a whole different calculation.
Yeah, but he don't have time for this.
One of the things that you probably know better than I do, if he doesn't show up, the judge can instruct the jury, because it's a civil case, right? The judge can instruct the jury to draw an inference from the fact that he was not there to defend himself.
Right.
But they can't expect this man to show up. He is a former president.
With the U.S. Supreme Court,
they can't expect him
by the
to
way, U.S. Supreme Court ruled 8-0 when it was Bill Clinton that's not a problem. So that's
that he should be able to make time, because the law comes before.
Exactly, it's a civil lawsuit.
He should, but he don't have to.
Said 8-zip.
He should, but he don't have to.
But if he takes a loss in the case, it will haunt him. Not with people like you, not diehard supporters.
But they won't stop though. It doesn't. They won't stop.
Who's they? This is one person.
Even if it hurts them, if it don't hurt them, they're still gonna. Some people are still gonna believe her. It's really not gonna matter.
I
Trump
don't
doesn't need-
disagree with that, but he's
yeah.
going to be branded as a rapist.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
nobody's going to do the distinction to say, well, it wasn't criminal, it
But
was
you
civil.
have-
I'll split the difference here, actually, because I think it probably won't hurt him politically, but I do think that it's worth it in this case for him to show up, right?
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.